We're here to solve this interesting Kakuro puzzle by Serkan. The theme is Labyrinth, and one of the things you can see is this is a fairly unusual grid. It's got a connection from the upper left all the way through the lower right that stretches like a labyrinth through a long path. It's not a typical interconnected grid, but it has some of the things that you'll see in typical grids, which some are these clues that have some pretty easy values, like these 16s in 2 cells, or 9 and 7. This actually intersects a 17 in 2 cells, which is 9 and 8. So we're going to get some quick places like this to make progress in the grid. The 15 is also a somewhat limited sum. It's 7 and 8 or 9 and 6, and where 7s are both in the cells above. 9 and 6 is the breakdown this will need to be, and this is the only option that remains for it. I'm seeing for the labyrinth path that I'm now intersecting this 24 clue, which is normally 7 plus 8 plus 9, and 7 and 9 are above in this column, so the 8 is on the far right. A 7 would put another 7 right above it, which is impossible because we can't repeat digits in this particular puzzle. So we're going to get a 5, which leaves behind a sum of 4 in 2 cells, which is 1 and 3. Got this 1 and 3. We've got a 1 and 2 off of that. Notice that a 6 coming down here means this is 1 and 5 and not 3 and 3. So we get 1, 3, we get 2, 1. Put in this 9, put in the 2 up top. 8 as a sum of 2 more numbers. 1 and 5 are what remain, so I'll put those in. We've got this partial sum in as well. This cell here to complete a 14 has to be pretty small. 1, 2, 3, and 5 are all used, so the only number that's smaller than the total sums left is a 4. So that goes in here. This column looks like it takes all 9 digits, and we've got all but 6, 8, 9 placed. Notice that if 9 is here, it puts another 1 to the left. So got that space. Notice if 9 is here, it puts a 5 in here and puts a 5 up above to the cell with the 10. So this looks to be that 9. This value is going to be 2 or 4. This 6, 8 is a 6, 8 pair, which puts a 2, 4 here, which puts a 1 or a 3 here. And it looks like the way the labyrinth goes is seeing the 1 above, puts in a 3, 2 puts an 8, puts a 6, puts an 8, puts a 2. Coming to this space, we've got 5 and 2 or 3 and 4 to go, and this 13 across is going to be pretty limiting. This needs to have a 4, 5, but that means this is 8, 9, and the 9 is above, so this is 8, this is 5, and this is 2. We have a 3 coming across, so we've got 27 accounted for. We have 2 more values to place, which will look to be 1 and 4. And if this is a 1, we have 2 largest sum, 19 and 2 cells can't work, so this is 4 and 1. It looks like the breakthrough on this part of the labyrinth is the same as in the lower side, where we have a 9, 7 to go, and putting a 7 in a 14 and 2 cells would duplicate that digit. So again, this is a 9, 5 break-in, which again gives us a 1, 3 break-in. So just as labyrinths are sometimes monotonous, there's at least some repetition on this side to get through what we need to do here. We have only some pretty small values for some of these cells that we can be forcing. So let's mark some of those in, like 2, 3, 5, 6, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. The space of like where does eventually a 9 go is somewhat key. And so let's actually do some more limitations. This is just 1 and 3. So this is 4 or 6 here, but only 6 remains because there's a 3 up above. So we can mark off some of those options. Coming through the space, like this can only be as large as a 7, so we have the same limitations of 2, but not 3, 5, and 7 in these cells. If a 2 is in that cell, that's a 6, and that's not going to work for the one next to it. Actually, knowing that 7 down is 1, 2, 4, the only thing that works above is 3 with 2, and here where we have 1 with 4, 4 with 3 would have another 4, that's no good, so this is a 1, this is a 7, got a 4 here. We now have these options. We've got a 2, 5 limitation, and sorry, this is 1, 4, which is then 3 and 6. If 3 is used, 3 and 4 puts in a 9, and if 6 is used, 6 and 4 gives another 6. That's no good, so 3 and 9 is the forced group there. That's 4, that's 2, puts in this 5, puts in this 3. Last digit here is an 8 for the column to finish out the 9 digits, and we have 1 and 3 to go to get a sum of 4 in 2 cells. So finished the labyrinth, made our way through all the sums. It took advantage of a lot of constrained standard Kakuro sums, but eventually through these pinning cells, got us into different parts of the grid, and these breakdowns like this 1, 3 and this 1, 3 forced a 2 in the cell, the low values here as well as the low values here became a key constraint. So hopefully you got a sense of the handcrafted nature of the puzzle, enjoyed the solve, and learned something through the video, and we'll see you again soon.